Welcome back to TFE, a weekly news podcast in which we give our thoughts, feelings, and emotions on latest gaming, film, tech, streaming news, and other random crap we feel like. I am your host, Dan, and I'm joined with you, as always, by my co-host, Danny.
Hello. In this week's episode, we talk about last week's news, we talk about HBO Max being in trouble, and is the Lochness monster real?
Answer is maybe. So first of all, there wasn't a episode last week because I was fed up of hearing Danny's stupid voice.
Ouch. My feelings.
Oh, poor you. Anyway, this week we are going straight into Stream That Movie News into my head, as we haven't really seen anything together. And we're going to talk about casting news, where Lady Gaga, as we've talked about before, is now officially confirmed for Joker 2.
Yes. You haven't watched Bullet Train yet, have you?
No, not yet. That's
Okay,
Tuesday I'm watching it.
Yeah, we knew this already. I mean, cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be a musical.
I think we've already discussed what do you think about it.
Yeah. Are we just going to get domestic abuse
I think
Joker
Lady
as well?
Gaga could. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, she's good.
But yeah, I think Lady Gaga, she has proven herself before in acting roles. I think she did quite, I haven't seen it, but I heard she did quite well in the, what's it called? Not Black Mirror stuff.
Star is Born.
No,
A
American
Star
Horror
is
Story.
Born.
I was talking about American Horror Story, but apparently she was quite good in that, but I've not seen it.
I didn't know she was in that. I don't know. Do you
Only
even
one
know
season.
she was in it? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, American Horror Story is a weird one because each season is like a different story, which is why I got confused with Black Mirror.
It's almost
it's
like it's a American Horror Stories.
No, but like it's like a season. Each season is its own contained story.
Okay.
That's what American Horror Story is like, but it's like similar to Black Mirror in a way because Black Mirror is different
No
in
shit.
the fact just every episode, but it's similar kind of premise.
Fair enough. I know she's apparently good in House Gucci,
Yeah, so maybe she would.
which
be a
has
good-
Jared Leto in it.
Yeah, yes, there
And he
is.
plays the Joker, so she'll play against two Jokers, and I'm sure she also... Oh, wait, Bradley Cooper didn't do the Joker. Damn it. We need to get Bradley Cooper to be the Joker, and then all of her theatrical movies she's played against with the Joker.
I mean, I suppose, but
What a world we live in, eh?
yeah, I mean, Bradley Cooper, never know. Maybe he will be
He
The next-
plays a raccoon in Marvel. There's your segue, Dan.
Thank you. Well, let's go on to Marvel news, where VFX artist explains what it's like working for Marvel.
It's bad.
Yeah, I imagine it's a lot of constrained deadlines, many new properties,
Underpaid.
underpaid,
People being burnt out and stressed.
which is probably why a lot of the VFX don't look too good, the new stuff.
Yeah, because they're running on deadlines and they got to pump out shit and they don't have time to perfect it.
Yeah,
which is
a
not a
shame.
fault of the artists. It's all the studio's fault. Like, these VFX artists are not at fault. No one should blame the VFX artists for the visuals not looking good. It's the studios not letting them have the time and the money and the resources to actually make them look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it was like 6 months of overtime every day, working 7 days a week, averaging 64 hours a week on a good week. Yeah. And apparently people broke down and started crying next to them and having anxiety attacks on the phone. So, yeah. I'm sure this isn't just Marvel. I'm sure other studios are also doing this, but because Marvel is creating so much stuff at the moment, it kind of explains why some of it's not looking great.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we've talked about before where there's just too many things coming from Marvel right now.
Well, I don't think that's the problem. There's too much stuff. I think it's just too much stuff in close succession. Like, they need to spread it out a bit more. Like, it's fine having all the stuff, but it's too close together. And they need to let people actually have time to do stuff. So, like, maybe hire a bunch more studios to actually help and then pay them a reasonable amount. These movies always make about $1 billion, so you can afford it.
Yeah.
And speaking of things that will make $1 billion...
Yes, The Avengers, the Kang Dynasty is to be directed by the same director as Shang-Chi, Destin Daniel Cretton.
Yeah, which is interesting, because Shang-Chi is really good.
Yeah, well, apart from the final third act, but we don't talk about that.
But that's
bit.
Marvel's problem, not his. They always have to do the Marvel final act with the big dragon.
Yeah,
or big
of course.
CGI creature. So I guess we'll get big CGI Kang.
Probably. Or a Kang army, either way.
Yeah. We'll get Age of Ultron and Avengers, the first Avengers, faceless army of Kangs.
I mean, it'll probably
the-
suck.
I think it might be good. Depends on how much they actually build to it, because at the moment it just seems kind of shuffled. Like none of the pieces sort of line up yet, so...
Well, like I said, I've lost all faith in Marvel now. I don't trust it at all, really. And they've now got to rebuild that trust, so...
Fair enough. She-Hulk will do that for you.
Sure it will.
It's got Daredevil in it.
Yeah, once again, I don't think Daredevil's going to be very good either.
But we got Moon Knight Season 2 as well, confirmed.
Oh, good. Another 6-hour movie?
Nope, 12.
Oh, 12
This
hours.
is 12 episodes.
Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing Marvel's not sticking to 6 hours. Maybe now they're allowing directors their own creative freedom in terms of the number of episodes they need.
Yes. What's the name of it? It was... Where's the name? Why can't I not find the name in this? It was... I can't remember. It's like Moonwalker or something, the title. It's like Moon Knight Moonwalker or something.
What, season 2?
Yeah.
Why are they keeping seasons names?
Fuck, why can I not find it?
Why would you do that? That just seems weird to me.
Oh, fuck, I don't know what it's called. Where is it? Damn it, I had it. I don't care. Moon Knight, yeah. I mean, it's fine. I don't mind. It's like, oh, cool. It's just rather than season 2. Because who cares if it's called season 2?
Yeah, I mean...
But I'm looking forward to it. I like Oscar Isaac in this role.
I'd be happy if they stop making long films and they start making TV shows.
Well,
but
this could be it.
if this is a 12-hour film, that is going to suck.
Well, you get a very long first half, and then a very long middle half, and then a very long... You get 4 hours beginning, you get a Zack Snyder movie, and then another Zack Snyder movie, and then another Zack Snyder movie. And we all know how beloved Zack Snyder movie is.
Ironically, I actually think Justice League, the long version, probably still has better pacing than a lot of the new Marvel shows.
No. Nah. I disagree with you on that. Justice League is too long for...
Well, I'm pretty sure I had more disinterested moments in the Marvel TV shows than Justice League.
I was kind of engaged with them most of the time. They never really dropped my interest. It was just more that I didn't really care what the story was. The characters were entertaining. DC's characters were just like, I'm not interested. And the pacing was just, I'm not interested. So... I think it's because Marvel's characters are better than DC's that I was more engaged and the pacing felt better. But if you're not liking the characters, then I guess that explains why. Plus, also, Ezra Miller sucks ass.
We don't talk about Ezra Miller.
Well.
Until
we
right
can
now,
talk about
DC
DC, which is also related to Ezra Miller.
What?
We can talk about Ezra Miller, and DC is related to Ezra Miller as your segue to...
I just said that.
Well, you cut out for me, you cunt.
I just said that, for goodness sake.
I don't give a shit.
In DC
you can
news,
edit it out, or you can add it back in. It's life.
DC news, the irredeemable Batgirl movie has been unexpectedly cancelled, despite being in its final stages. And of course, this is to do with the Warner Brothers Discovery merger. And a lot of other news has also come from this.
Yes. We've lost a Scooby-Doo spin-off, like a Halloween special thing. HBO Max and Discovery are combining into one streaming service, which has then delayed the universal release of it across different countries to 2024, and the new release will be in 2023 for America, which means all of the shows that we want to watch will not be out in the UK except on another Sky probably.
And
or other
The Vought International from The Boys has also taken the mick out of this by posting a new streaming service called Vought Plus Plus, which features all the streaming services.
Plus. Yeah. It was good. I like that. I saw that. Yeah. And it's bad. Because they're also scrapping a bunch of HBO originals to focus on live TV and unscripted shows like reality TV.
Which, unfortunately, is dying, but they want to do it anyway.
Yeah. Also, this Batgirl movie looked cool. Like, it had Michael Keaton in it. It was by one of the directors of the Miss Marvel show. And apparently, he was getting married, and then the news dropped, and they hadn't told him. So he found out on his wedding day that his movie had been cancelled. And then Kevin Feige had to message him and say, hey, look, that sucks, man. You're a great director and we were really looking forward to this and you did a great job on Miss Marvel.
Yeah, but
he did the first episode, and that's one of the most interesting episodes of Miss Marvel. So
in the Batgirl screening, I swear a lot of them said it wasn't very good.
Apparently it got the same rating as Black Adam, but Black Adam is still releasing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently it was the same reaction to Black Adam as Batgirl. So it's what factors can you put onto this?
I presume it's more likely because Black Adam already had a release date. And
Yeah.
it's coming out soon.
Oh, yeah, no. But I also just go, why not just release it? It's already pretty much done.
I was very surprised from not to come out and say about The Flash, to be honest, though. I really thought they would have.
Oh, yeah, no, they were like, yeah, no, we're doing a 10-year plan, and The Flash is still involved in that, apparently.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have said, oh, we're doing something with the Flash movie, but they haven't said anything yet, have they?
No, they're like, oh, yeah, the important characters like Superman, The Flash, Batman, we're still working and doing stuff with them. And I was just like, huh.
You can watch Ezra Miller filming The Flash from his prison cell.
Yeah.
Just have him in a green screen room.
Yeah. You can get real life convicts to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
like you could do Arkham Knight, but with the Flash, and just have all the prisoners beat the shit out of him in real life.
Very true. Very true.
And just put it in theatrical. Yeah.
I would watch that.
Well, that's just gross, Dan. That's torture porn.
What? Watching Ezra Miller getting beaten up?
Yeah.
Do you not want to see him get beaten up?
I would like to have him being beaten up. I wouldn't necessarily want to watch it, because I'm not a masochist, or whatever the one is where you...
What, then you're missing out?
But yeah, also apparently the DC president was reportedly on the brink of quitting over the Batgirl cancellation, because it's just like, well, fuck, this new head up of Warner Brothers and Discovery is basically just coming in and stepping over all the plans that they originally had. And then they're now like trying to make a new... I like how DC's had, we're going to make a plan, and then we've scrapped that plan because that plan didn't work, and now we're going to make a new plan. We scrapped that plan because that plan didn't work. We've now got a new 10-year plan.
Yeah.
We're basically going to copy Marvel. Weren't you already trying to do that, but just skip some steps?
Yeah,
so
I think now
weird.
they actually want to fully copy Marvel from the beginning.
Yeah, but but if they're going with the Flash as their reset, man, that's such a bad move.
Yeah, I think if they really want to copy Marvel, they have to get some B-list superheroes.
Also, I was quite enjoying what DC's been releasing. Like, it's been interesting. Like,
yeah, the 2 recent films have been good. Or 3 recent films.
The Batman, great. The Birds of Prey movie, I know people didn't like it or love it, but I quite enjoyed it. Wonder Woman 2 was garbage, but hey, look, you can't all have wins. What else? Shazam 2 looks fun. Black Adam looks good, except for The Rock. I don't care about The Rock. And a bunch of other stuff. But, like, it's just... I don't get what DC... what Warner Brothers' plan here is. It's so weird. Oh, well.
Yes, and of course, many properties look to be cancelled as of the merger, such as Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Well, anything, like... not profitable. Like HBO, The Last of Us might be in trouble. Who knows? Depends on how much they want to spend. Anything that's like really expensive might be in trouble. They might cancel that Game of Thrones spin. You never know.
Yeah, I think
because aren't there more spin-offs in the work, but they're not filmed yet?
Yeah, there is.
They might just cancel them.
I think they want low cost, high profit. That's what they want. And at the minute,
yeah, they want
HBO is more high cost, low profit.
Yeah, well, like award-winning. Like this is what you sell your platform on. And then you can watch all the other garbage, but they're just getting rid of all the stuff that people actually like has high class budgets and stuff like that, which sucks.
So don't expect to see another season of Game of Thrones, or the Game of Thrones spin-offs, I should say. But what is getting a sequel is the Netflix The Grey Man.
Yes, and a spin-off.
And another spin-off. I've still not seen it.
Which I imagine is Ana de Armas, because Ana de Armas is a highlight, and they're already giving her a spin-off to the John Wick franchise. She's probably going to maybe get a spin-off to the James Bond franchise. So I just want to see Ana de Armas in all these spin-offs of popular franchises.
Yes, I'm sure every man does.
Yes. But no, she's just badass and kicks ass, and it's just great. She's such a good actress as well. It's just like great. And she's smoking hot, which is what everyone comments on. But like, I also like her because she's actually a good actress.
Is that her real accent as well?
Maybe. I know that in the War Dogs movie, which I think is like her first Hollywood movie, she doesn't speak a word of English, like because she hadn't learned English properly yet.
Oh, well, okay. In that case, then she's got a good accent as well.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it would just be interesting. Because I like that movie. That movie's good. I've seen it twice now. I watched it once on my own, and then once my mum wanted to watch it because it had Ryan Gosling in it, and I was just like, fair enough, yeah, okay.
Isn't that like a very big trope at the minute, which is a lot of middle-aged women like Ryan Gosling?
I mean, he's attractive. Fair play. Like, men can't be perved on. Like, Ana de Armas is my reason for watching it.
It's a film for everybody, depending on what sex.
And you got Chris Evans as well, with a weird moustache. It's great. But yeah, I know a lot of people didn't like that Like, I think a lot of critics are like, oh, it's just bog standard generic action. But it's like fun bog standard generic action.
Sometimes that's what you want in a film. You don't want to have a mental epiphany of everything you watch and of, a new lease on life. Sometimes you just want to be dumb and watch action films.
Yeah. And sadly, we won't be able to watch a dumb, mindless action film because MGM loses the rights to the Tomb Raider and Alicia Vikander is out as Lara Croft, which sucks because I actually quite liked the first movie.
Did the first movie do quite well? I thought a lot of people hated it.
It did all right. It didn't do massive, but it still made its money back and could have, like, it had a confirmed sequel, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure it had, like, a confirmed sequel in the works, but I think MGM just let the rights lapse, and so now it's up for, like, bidding.
I still feel like, for the most part, adaptations of games don't seem to work.
Arcane, then.
If you let me finish, I was going to say...
Castlevania.
If you let me finish, I was going to say there are a few
Sonic the Hedgehog.
There are a few exceptions, but the general consensus is
the
it doesn't
Tomb Raider,
work.
the Halo series that everyone loves, quotation marks.
Exactly, yeah, that's my point.
Where Master Chief takes off his helmet in the first episode and bangs his, like, adopted mother in front of his AI companion.
Yeah, because there's so many different adaptations people don't like. The Witcher. Not The Witcher.
People love The Witcher.
Henry Cavill got me confused with Michael Fassbender for some reason. I was talking about the Assassin's Creed film.
Oh, Assassin's Creed. I like the Assassin's Creed movie. That's honestly one of, like, I don't love it, but I did enjoy it when I watched it. I was just like, oh yeah, no, I want more of this. But, like, they never did any more with it because it didn't do that well. And I was like, oh, that sucks. Because I quite liked it. Michael Fassbender was great.
I think video game TV shows do generally work better than video game films.
Well, no, it's the passion behind it, because a lot of them are just kind of, well, we'll just take that and throw a bunch of stuff from the thing and then not really do anything character-wise.
Like more combat as well, right?
Yeah, Uncharted.
Yeah. They're not great.
Yeah.
They're alright.
They're just passable, yeah. If they make enough money because the fans go and see it and they don't hate it, then he'll get a sequel, which I thought would happen with Tomb Raider, because then they can flesh out the characters a bit more. I actually do. I just don't think you need to follow the storylines of the games, and just people need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that is true. Like I said, I think
this is my big concern about The Last of Us.
Arcane is probably the best example of how you do a video game.
Well, there is no story in Arcane. Well, there is no story in the League of Legends. That's why they kept...
but there's like individual stories behind the characters, and Arcane is sort of its own separate thing.
Yeah. Well, I was watching the behind the scenes, and we'll get onto that, and it was just like they never really had a story for any of the characters. Like, they had bits and pieces of lore, but they never really fleshed it out anything past that.
Yeah,
Arcane is like,
was,
here's the story. Yeah. And then, So I think games that don't have a story per se, like even Mario, like you could technically, I think that Mario movie, depending on what the story is, could be interesting. Because stuff without a story, you can then build on and make the story. Yeah. Whereas if it's got a pre-existing good story, like The Last of Us is my biggest concern, because it's like, how do you improve on that story? Or are you just going to retell that story? And why, if you're going to retell that story, why does it need to be in this format? Just set something else in this world.
I think, they're not going to do it, as we know about castings. But if you're going to do Last of Us, the best thing to do would be tell a different story in the same universe. Yeah,
that's what I said. I think you just do a different story in that world, and then you can have hints to the other parts of it if you want.
Yeah, have like Easter eggs and stuff. Like I think that's the best way of doing it.
But no, because it's brand recognition, and it's like God of War. You got to do a God of War story. It's like can't use that name and then do a spin-off. But who knows?
Just into games. I think that's the good one.
Yeah. With animation and stuff, DreamWorks is apparently releasing its Moonray Render as an open source software, which is like its big studio animation program. So you can now use the tools that they use to make the Minions.
Illumination doesn't use that, does it?
I imagine it's like DreamWorks, isn't it? DreamWorks is owned by Illumination.
I didn't think it was.
No, Illumination is owned by DreamWorks, isn't it? Because it's DreamWorks Illumination.
I don't know. I thought it was Illumination.
Well, no, it's owned by someone.
I don't know. I just thought it was its own thing.
Does DreamWorks own Illumination? Illumination is owned by Andri is owned by Universal Pictures. Okay, not DreamWorks. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
I do know. No, I did actually know it was. So I did know it was owned by Universal because it's on the Universal Resort and stuff in it, and Universal make a big deal of it.
Fair enough. I would forget. Oh no, DreamWorks is Warner Brothers. That's why. Listen to our Sky Creatures episode where somehow it all ties into Warner Brothers.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. That is amusing.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to create your own animation stuff, try out this open source software if they ever release it. Could be interesting. Any budding artists.
Yeah, absolutely. But however, Unreal Engine 5 as well is coming out.
Yes.
Also very similar. Probably might even be better.
Yeah, maybe. Depends on what you're using it. One's for gaming, one's for movies. So.
Well, you can use Unreal Engine 5 for movies.
Well, yeah, because the Mandalorian and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just an engine at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's just rendering software, but one's more for like an animation style, one's for more realism to like animation. It depends.
But it's cool. I'm always happy for more software to become open source. I think that allows for better innovation and better properties overall.
They can make Shrek. That's who owns DreamWorks.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
You can make so much Shrek porn.
Please don't.
The internet will make so much Shrek porn with this. If they give you the character models, we're gonna get
Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life in it, or something like that.
Yeah, Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life,
and Get Out of Me Swamp. But then, that was a big thing, wasn't it? I remember that back in the day. Yeah. Showing our age now.
Yeah. And then finally, in movie news, Netflix must pay $42 million in writers' residuals because Netflix didn't pay its writers properly.
So is this to do with Game of Thrones? It's not Game of Thrones. Stranger Things.
Bird Box.
Oh, Bird Box.
And a bunch of other stuff as well. But Bird Box is the big one.
That was ages ago, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, the law takes a long time to fucking actually do it.
I haven't paid those people from that long ago.
Yeah. Well, no, I think they paid them, but underpaid them, and then
Right.
the residuals of how popular it was that they made it. So the arbiter forced Netflix to shell out $850,000 in residuals to the Bird Box writer Eric Heisner, as well as $350,000 in interest, a grand total of $1.2 million. The ruling not only affects Bird Box but many other titles. Essentially, the arbiter ruled that the writers on original Netflix titles should be paid the same level of licensing fees that the streaming service pays for third-party titles. This means that the ruling applies to a total of 139 Netflix original feature films. As an example, the WGA mentioned Red Notice, whose writers will receive $2.78 million thanks to the arbitration instead of the original proposed $850,000. So the 216 writers of those films are in line to receive $42 million total in unpaid residuals.
Huh.
So
that's a lot of money considering Netflix is also losing a lot of money.
Yeah. And then they'll up their streaming prices.
Oh, good. We're now paying for it again.
Yeah. Capitalism.
Well, happily, this week we have no NFT or crypto news. Hooray! So we're going to go straight on to Imposter Controller of the Newser, where a rumor suggests there is a new Iron Man game coming from EA.
Would have been excited. Then I heard EA.
Yeah, microtransactions.
Well, that was what Anthem was meant to be. It was like really sick Iron Man suits. And we all saw how Anthem turned out.
It was the best game ever. It was the best looter shooter known to mankind.
And they didn't abandon it at all at launch.
No, not at all.
And they didn't have one of the worst development cycles ever, where they basically spent 4 years on it, had to scrap everything after 3 years because it was meant to be like a single player game, and then EA wanted it to be like a multiplayer game, and then they had to build in multiplayer or whatever, or a games as a service. And then, yeah. So, hey, look, I hope it's good. I still need to play the Iron Man VR thing that I never got around to playing, because that looked cool.
Yeah, I mean, it might end up being a game like Jedi Fallen Order, which was
Iron
fantastic.
Man with the lightsaber?
Quality.
Depends on what studio gets it.
That's true. EA
if it's the
huge.
FIFA studio, it's just Iron Man playing football.
Imagine new FIFA transactions.
Well, no, that's the new non-FIFA football game. It's just Iron Man playing football because they need a new IP. So Marvel gave them Iron Man. So Iron Man just kicks the football around now, and it's just an army of the suits. That is the new FIFA killer.
That'd be a great change.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we don't know much about it, and we don't even know if it's real yet. But I just saw Iron Man and went, yes. Oh, it's EA. Fuck.
But you keep telling me how much you love EA, so I don't understand why you're criticizing them.
Religious reasons.
Ah, fair.
I don't have a religion, so...
Alright, here's a question. Would you still criticize them if they sponsored you?
Depends on how much money and for what.
If they sponsored your Twitch channel.
Yeah, but what am I having to promote?
One of their new games.
Well, it depends on the game.
It's an awful game, but they give you a lot of money.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll sell my soul. I don't care. Like, if I could get money, it's not going to affect me. Like, I'm going to make bank. They want to pay me for some fucking reason to promote their game, and it doesn't do well. That's not my fault. They made a shit game. I'm just going to take their money. I don't care.
No, but you got to say, I love this game, and I reckon everyone should check it out.
Yeah. Well, that only is for a certain time period, and then I can start slagging it off after that time period.
But would you not want to, keep it steady for future brand deals?
No, I'll take my money and run. I got other companies. I'll start promoting Activision games and Diablo Immortal.
All right, cool. We're going to that one. Diablo Immortal player, game broken after spending $100,000.
Yeah, so basically, all the loot boxes and locked gear and shit like that. This person spent $100,000 on it and then can't find anyone to matchmake with.
Is that
because he's
now
too
good?
high a level and no one else is that level. So the game's leveling system can't put him in a match with anyone because he's too overpowered.
Yeah, imagine that. You spend that much money on a game and then you can't play it.
Well, you can play it, but you can't play it with anyone and you can't fight anyone because the game's like, well, there's no one of your skill level or like level.
So notice of the game, or that's not a right.
That's not a right.
I was going to say a saying, but I don't remember what the saying was.
Mm-hmm.
So we move on. And we talk about Activision Blizzard, as it loses millions of players, but adds 25% more developers year on year.
Yes. So this is quite interesting, because since, when was it? Since, 2020, Activision's player base has been going down substantially.
It's almost like they make bad games.
So from June 30th last year, Activision's total player base was 408 million. It fell to 372 million at the end of March 2022 and to 361 million at the end of June. So they've lost about 48 million players because they've made bad games and people aren't buying them.
It's a shame.
Me included.
It's a shame because Warzone was fun when it came out.
Yeah, I'd admit that. I just don't like COD anymore. I was one of those people who bought COD every year, and then I still stand by it. The thing that broke me was the Modern Warfare 2 release, the re-release or whatever, not the new one that's coming out.
Yeah, when they brought it out again, and you're like, oh, there's no campaign here.
No, there's the campaign.
Oh, sorry, the campaign, but no.
But no multiplayer. But then they'd
you never know, right?
The one thing that keeps the game alive is the multiplayer. And the one thing that I wanted was the Spec Ops missions remastered because they were fun as hell. They didn't do because they wanted to save money on development and just release a re-release of a campaign, which you could have just played. Like, the multiplayer is the aspect that people want remastered.
Modern Warfare II is coming out. They might bring... I gotta say II because otherwise people don't know what game you're talking about. Modern Warfare II is coming out, and...
Modern Warfare 2, not the Modern Warfare that released, and then not the re-release of Modern Warfare 2. It's the new one. It's the 2023, 2022 release of
2022 Modern Warfare 2 might, have those Spec Ops missions in there.
It won't.
You're 100% right, but you never know. Gotta be hopeful.
Oh, also, Call of Duty is skipping a year, which I think we've covered before.
We have covered. Is that this year? It's next year, right?
It's next year. I think it's skipping 2023. And they have said, it's not because of the Microsoft acquisition. But it's 100% because of the Microsoft acquisition. Because if you're going to make... How much? It's like $87 billion?
Yeah.
You don't need to release a Call of Duty game.
That is true. You have more... Also, it's too many. Having a new game each year is just too much.
Oh, there was also because the acquisition is being reviewed by other countries and everything like that. I think the Brazilian lawmakers and whatnot released documents of people's opinion, other studios. Because when you have to do this, you have to ask other studios and other companies what their thoughts of these big acquisitions are. And Sony is we can't lose Call of Duty. It's one of our biggest things. So we can't, Microsoft would have the power to basically take the biggest franchise with the most developers working on it, the most, no company could ever compete against Activision in terms of how much they can produce with Call of Duty. Even the big, then they compared it to, Battlefield, which is Call of Duty's biggest competitor. And how much the vast margin between player bases and profits and everything like that is compared to Battlefield. Like Sony was just basically going, yeah, if Microsoft takes this and makes it exclusive, the revenue that they would lose is like astronomical. And then people who are idiots don't understand how markets work are like, yeah, but Sony's been holding all of its Sony exclusives. Yeah, they don't make Sony money. The third-party games make Sony money.
Yeah.
Sony's developed like first-party things are console sellers. They don't make Sony money. They are console sellers so that people, when they buy third-party games, actually spend money and Sony makes money off of that. Like, Sony has to pay all of those studios to make games. Third-party games, Sony just gets licensing and gets profit to host those games. So they make more money off third-party AAA multiplayer games than they would off their own in-house studios. They just get the consoles into people's homes. That's why. But people are stupid and go, oh no, Sony's holding these games. Yeah, so that people play on their platform. It's not because, like, you can't, like, Sony doesn't have a massive multiplayer game. That's Destiny 2, but that's still astronomically smaller than Call of Duty. And that's only recently, but it's still on every platform.
Yes, and Sony don't have anything to do with the Destiny 2 game.
No, but yeah, and then every other studio, like, company was like, yeah, no, it's not great, but, like, we're going to let it go if we want to. Because it doesn't...
Off, give us a bit of money on the side and we'll...
Well, it's not stuff like that, but it's like, they're just like, well, look, we've reviewed it, and it's like, it doesn't really affect us, and then they're not looking at the bigger picture of, like... Because Microsoft's gone, oh yeah, we're not going to, but that's just their word. They have no legal right to then not just backtrack on it. There's no legal thing holding them to that. That's just their word. And Microsoft can turn around at the moment's notice once it's done and go, yep, Call of Duty's off, it's exclusive. And then Sony loses one of their biggest fucking revenue sources.
Yeah, true. I mean, Call of Duty does suck anyway, so they might not miss that much.
No, Call of Duty is astronomical.
I know. Everyone gets it, don't they? Every child gets one.
And so is The Sims. But it's even better now, or worse, depending on your opinion, because the Sims 4 update accidentally adds incest.
I'm sure people in Alabama love it.
Yeah. Basically, it was like they had a family mod, like a new package thing, one of their new additional downloadable content things, and it just meant that family members could fuck. And they fixed it.
Sweet home Alabama.
Yeah, it was like a glitch, and it just meant that family members could build romantic interest with each other.
Hey, maybe they found Game of Thrones.
Hey, no, maybe it was the Game of Thrones update.
Maybe.
And then speaking of EA, because The Sims is owned by EA, man, I should have put the EA stuff together a bit better. But the single-player games are really important, says EA boss, despite the live service games dominating.
I swear EA boss was like, I hate single-player games anyway.
Well, yeah, but they're because of the backlash to that Twitter tweet or whatever it was, where they were like, she's a 10, but she likes single-player games. And it's just like, yeah, they've basically said, oh no, we're still going to make single-player games, but we've also admitted that live service games are predominantly most of our revenue source, so we're going to continue to focus on them pretty heavily.
I would say the biggest revenue source is just FIFA.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. Well, it still will be FIFA. Or EA
also Battlefield and Apex Legends and all of that stuff.
Apex as well. Apex with the loot boxes and cosmetics.
Sims with incest patches now.
Yes, people might want to pay for that.
What else does EA own?
They own too many things. They own a lot.
Titanfall.
Oh,
Star Wars.
Yeah, Titanfall came out. Forgot about that one. Or they don't own Star Wars anymore, do they?
Well, no, they can still get Star Wars games. They just lost the exclusive rights to it.
Yeah.
Well, exclusive licensing. That's it. And then in Sony news, Sony has introduced a controller for... what are you looking at?
There's so many other news articles that you just skip past.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Such as TikTok is piloting games inside the app. They're doing a Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to work. It's going to be...
They're going to be 5-second games or 30-second games or whatever it is.
Also, did you see the Archie kid had to die because of the TikTok ligatures?
Well,
You're not aware of this? The guy there's a child who did a TikTok trend and he put a ligature around his neck to stop himself breathing.
no.
And then he was in
I
a
don't
coma
watch
for like 6, well, I don't know how many weeks it was, but it was many weeks. And the doctors ruled that he should be taken off life support because he's got no hope. But then the family appealed to like every single court, up to the European Court of Justice, and they all ruled that they had to be put to sleep. So then they had to shut off his life support, and it's really traumatic for the family because of the kid tried to do a TikTok.
Well, yeah, I agree with every other government.
Yeah, I agree too, but I'm just saying that is
like
also,
if
that
this
also
is your
happened
child, if your child is that retarded, what did he put around his neck?
A ligature.
What's a ligature?
It's like a suffocation. It's basically strangling yourself.
Maybe he was trying to get off. Maybe he was doing auto asphyxiation.
There's a TikTok trend which is cutting off oxygen to your brain to watch yourself pass out, and that's the trend. Just
it's a sexual thing.
Yeah, but the trend isn't for sexual reasons. It's just for.
I'm pretty sure it probably started off as a sexual trend, and then dumbass teenagers went, "I'm a mopey emo kid. I'm gonna do this."
Yeah, well, they ended up taking oxygen from his brain, but then he got stuck, and then was found like several hours later, which basically means your brain's dead at that point. Like your brain doesn't exist.
Well, maybe he could have played some games in his final moments if TikTok had fucking installed the games.
Yeah, well, TikTok sucks as a platform, clearly.
Yeah. Well, Instagram's trying to become TikTok, so hey, look.
Oh, so is YouTube.
Yeah, but YouTube still at least isn't forcing. They've got shorts in a separate section rather than what Instagram's trying to do and just force it down everyone's throat on the main feed.
That is true, yeah.
At least YouTube has some respect where they're like, look, we're going to copy TikTok, but we're going to put it in its own section and we're going to keep it in its own section. We're not going to cross it over.
Well, if you go to the homepage, it will recommend some, but they kind of recommend it horizontally, but not just sort of randomly.
Yeah. I still don't understand TikToks or.
Surely you understand it at this point when people do it. Or why?
Well, I still don't understand its algorithm because apparently you don't get a home feed. You just get random shit.
Oh, TikTok and then specifically.
Yeah, I don't get TikTok because I've never fucking opened the app or ever looked into it. All I ever see is the videos, and apparently it doesn't have a home. It's just you just scroll through an endless amount of videos and just go, I don't like this, I like this, and then it starts recommending you stuff based on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems so stupid to me because you can't search anyone. You just have to.
That's cool. Oh, no, you can search. You definitely can search.
Yeah, well, I still don't.
And there is something called a For You page, which is like.
I wouldn't know anyone's name on TikTok. I wouldn't give a shit anyway.
No. I mean, I think I have started watching some short form content, but it's about card shuffling.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Because technically, that doesn't need to be long.
Is this your pickup thing that most virgin males do, where they're like, I have card tricks so I can show a woman how sexy and cool I am? This is my pickup line.
When I was a teenager.
Yeah.
To be fair, I did actually get a girl talking to me.
Well, that's impressive.
It did actually happen. But then I found out later she had a boyfriend and I was really upset afterwards, but
you could have gone, I'm Gambit, and thrown cards at her boyfriend and just cut him into pieces.
No, her boyfriend wasn't there. It was just her and a friend.
Ah, well, you could have written your number on the card
I was talking for like hours, just doing card tricks for him.
Are you sure she wasn't just being polite and you were just like, she was in a corner and you were just sitting there going, look at my card tricks?
Well, it was at my cousin. Okay,
you were trying to fuck your cousin?
I think it was my step-cousin's birthday.
Was this your step-cousin that you were trying to fuck?
No, it was my step-cousin's cousin. But not my cousin related.
So this is incest twice removed.
Well, it's not biological.
Step incest twice removed.
I mean, there's no biological connection at all, so.
Right. Okay. Damn it, that would have been the perfect segue to this incest of the Sims update, but we burn it too late.
Ah, it's your own fault.
Roblox probably has a lot of incest in it.
Yeah, sure. Roblox famous oof sound has been removed from the game. And why is this?
Licensing issues. It
Who
was a
actually owns
license.
it then?
I don't know, some person, and then the licensing lapsed, so it got removed from the game.
But it's kind of just famous now everywhere. Everyone uses it.
Yeah.
So no one owns a license to that, but they're all using it now.
No, I'm sure it's owned by someone. I'll try and find out who it. Yeah, it's been replaced with a similar sound. The issue first arose in 2020 when the video game composer Tommy Tallarico reorganized the now iconic sound as his own creation, originally from the game called Messiah. The oof was removed from the game as a result until Tallarico and Roblox reached an agreement to reintroduce it, but at a roughly $1 cost for creators. The agreement has seemingly ended, however, as the sound was removed due to licensing issues. The tweet said the sheer ubiquity of the noise has turned it into a meme fodder across the internet, with rapper Post Malone even saying he'd made an entire 2-hour Coachella set based on the sound. Well, that just goes to show you how talented Post Malone is.
Not very, really.
But yeah, so it's just licensing issues between this guy. And then, yeah, so they've removed it. I reckon you can make bank selling that as an NFT.
Well, probably not now, because NFTs aren't really worth much anymore.
Oh, yeah, no. If he'd done it earlier, I guarantee you we'll probably get a news story saying the oof sound is now being sold as an NFT. Guarantee it. It will come out at some point. Once the market, if it goes up again, the guy will sell it as an NFT.
Yeah.
And then we got GTA will reportedly have its first ever female playable character. And normie male betas are angry.
I also feel like this is going to be a bad idea for like the wrong reasons. I think
it's not going to be the only playable main lead. It will be like GTA.
Oh no,
5.
but, okay, not like a bad idea, but like things are going to go bad. If you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, GTA will probably have a rape thing.
There's going to be really bad things happening here.
Oh yeah, if they don't. They'll do, and it's apparently a Latina as well. So
oh dear,
there'll be racial stereotyping, all the fun things. And it will also add new cities over time. So we'll just get new cities added to the game as probably paid DLCs.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it'd be better if you could unlock it as progression.
Oh yeah, but it will progress for 200 hours of in-game playtime. Or here's a 20 quid download code.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought GTA didn't have any DLCs. It was all just shark accounts.
Which GTA?
GTA 5. I thought there wasn't any DLC. I thought it was all free updates, but then they just made the money from shark accounts.
I think so. I think all the updates are free. I think they just had, you just needed a lot of money to buy the new, like apartments or offices or bases or whatever it needed. So people just ended up spending shark card money.
Yeah, but
because otherwise you'd have to spend probably like 20 plus hours trying to make the money in the game. Whereas you could just, if you're a content creator and you need that dollar bills from your streams quickly, you just go, well, I have the money, I'll pay for the DLC, like shark card, and then boom, pay for the DLC and get all the new items and shit. And my Twitch stream will just donate the money to me.
But it could still be in England.
Yes, with a female Latina.
It could still be in England.
I reckon it will be... I don't know.
I really don't want to be... I mean, I don't really care about GTA anyway, but I don't want it to be in America again.
I'd love it to be in France.
Okay, so a bit of
I don't know why. Well, no, I liked... No, I like the Assassin's Creed. I think if they're doing GTA 6 in England, it's got to be all of England.
All of England or in Birmingham.
Why would you want it in Birmingham?
That'd be hilarious.
No, you do it in Wales.
Doing Wales, you say?
Yeah, just do the like any of the Welsh accent. Just like Wales and Ireland. Just have the most obnoxious, like intangible accents ever as all your characters. Would be sick.
Yeah, I mean, or Scotland, or just Ireland. Have it like a completely remote.
Or some parts of England.
Or just rural parts of England. Doing Cornwall.
Just or the Bristolian accent.
Or Bristol, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, now we can go on to Sony.
Now we can Sony, yes. The Sony has got a new controller called the Backbone 1, and it looks weird.
Well, it's for mobile phones, specifically iPhones. It's so that you can do remote play on your phone.
Yeah, it's just a shame it's only for iPhones.
I'm sure I think the problem is that Android has such vastly different sizes and specs that it's kind of hard to develop one unless you have the adjustable, like, gripping parts.
That is adjustable.
No, I mean, like, the actual bezel bit.
Well, I don't think it's anything special on this one. It's literally just, like, two clamps on the side.
Yeah, but it's also charging ports because some Androids still use micro USB.
Well, I thought, due to the new EU laws, all new electronic devices has to have USB-C.
Well, yes, but it's previous things you can't just start excluding, whereas iPhones, it's always been like lightning cable or whatever.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the new European regulations are. It's not in yet.
Also, that's not until 2023 then.
No, that's true, but this might not come out until 2023.
Also, Samsung's going to do its presentation soon, and I'm going to get my phone 4.
I'm hoping they announce that they're going to cancel the Fold series.
No, it's leaked. It's already leaked.
No, that's rumored.
No, it's already leaked.
You can be so gassed for it, and then it will be announced they're going to cancel it, and then you'll be like,
no, it's already leaked. It's already leaked. I know what it looks like. I know that it's got pen integration already into it, built in. It's not just sitting on the side anymore, on the cases.
Also, the phone will suck.
Nah, it looks cool.
Nah, it's going to suck.
You just don't like anything innovative, do you?
Well, I do, just not portable phones.
You're a sad, sad man. Anyway, We also get an early look at the next experience for PlayStation VR 2 with a look at the the internal hardware, like visuals, the software.
Yes, and it looks impressive. Of course it does. It's next generational VR stuff.
Yeah. It's got mapping and everything. It's got all of the technology behind it. It looks cool. I can't wait till it comes out.
Yes, and I imagine you're going to buy it straight away.
If I have the money.
If you have the money. Of course, bills are going up in price in the UK. You might struggle.
We're also going into recession. It's gonna be fun.
Yes, I think
it's also got the camera you can switch to see out of the visor, so you don't have to take the headset off.
That's
cool. So you can actually just not have to take the headset off, and you can switch to a visual mode. It's got a better mapping system. It can actually map around items now, like your box and everything. It looks cool.
I still hope they bring out sort of the adjustable gloves. I've seen different people.
I've seen them. They look cool, but they're way too expensive at the moment.
Yeah, they are, but I hope they make it cheaper. That'd be cool, right? If it's even £200 for a set of gloves.
Not gonna happen anytime soon, I don't think.
No, it would be cool.
Because it's also, they're not super accurate, I don't think, because they need a lot of fine tuning.
Yeah.
Once it's developed, then it'll probably come out, but probably 4 or 5 years away from that.
It may be the PS VR 3 come out first.
Yeah. But Sony's also apparently retiring its accolades feature for PS5. Do you remember what that is?
This is.
So it was their feature of encouraging people to be nice to each other online. And basically, they're shutting it down because no one fucking used it.
Yeah, who's honestly, have you
basically, it was just when you match with someone, you could send them hey, look, you had a rating, like an Uber rating, basically. And it was just if you were nice, if you were helpful when you were playing the game, stuff like that. And Sony's gone no one was using it, so we're going to get rid of it.
Well, yeah, I imagine that is true. That is what's right?
I forgot it was a thing. I thought it was something else.
I never even knew it was that.
I don't even know how you did it. I was like, what the fuck? What are they retiring? Oh, that. I remember them speaking about that at the beginning of the PlayStation's launch, and I was like, oh yeah, I'd never use that. Because this is the internet you're talking about, and people don't want to be nice.
Yeah, you cannot remove gamers' toxicity. It's just not going to happen. Look at any
the anonymity of the internet will always breed toxicity, and you can't get rid of that by pretending that it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's a sad world we live in.
Yeah. And then in the final bit of Sony news, the PS5 beta introduces 1440p support.
Which is
the thing
excellent.
that people have been craving for ages. Since the launch.
So
are you happy, Dan?
Yes, because, well, to be fair, I don't have plugged into a monitor, but it is a good thing to have. It definitely should have it. And I still think 1440p is the gold standard for gaming.
Fair enough.
Because 4K is too expensive and it requires too much processing power, but 1440p is just about right.
What about 8K?
It's
the
not.
future.
I know
the
it says it on the
future is
console. It's not 8K.
Oh no! I also I was watching a video about why security camera footage is so shit, and it's because no company wants to hold all the storage for 4K crystal clear video.
Yeah, it's too much money. It's just
because I think it was the police in America, one department was spending $370,000 or dollars a month on storage if they were doing 4K video. Because it's just too expensive to hold it all. So that's why even though we've got crystal clear, super advanced cameras that can see into space and look at new galaxies, your local street market is not going to have the financial ability to hold all of that 4K crisp footage.
Well, not yet. They might do eventually.
Maybe if they had a compressing element that uncompresses it. Who knows?
Well, as technology does increase, I imagine eventually they'll be able to do 4K, but it's going to be probably next 20 years anyway before.
Maybe we'll finally be able to see that robber who stole your shit.
Yeah, maybe.
And then the final bit of gaming news, Microsoft is rolling out a 5-person family sharing Game Pass plan.
Which is nice because, well, it depends. Can your friends get added to it?
I think so.
Oh, that's excellent.
Maybe we'll set one up. Who knows?
That's excellent news.
I mean,
it
cool.
makes sense because most families do have a lot of people have Xbox.
Or
My
they
mate has
just want
3
the
Xboxes in his
parental
house.
setting. That's sad. I have 4 different types of PlayStation in mine.
Yeah, but the
I
sad
had-
thing is...
Oh no, wait, I have more because I have the digital like console that had like a select games on it.
Yeah,
So
so
I have,
that's
like,
sad for you because you're the only one who lives there. Whereas my mate has 3 different people who play Xbox.
Good for him. I have one person who plays 4 to 5 6 different PlayStations.
Yeah, correct.
But yeah, no, it's useful. It saves money, I guess. It also makes Game Pass even more appealing to people.
Why are you such a PlayStation fanboy?
No, I'm not. I think this is good.
Don't say you're not. You definitely are.
Well, no, I am a PlayStation fan. But like, I also am fully aware of the business tactics that Microsoft is using to undercut a company financially. And people were like, yes, it's a good thing. It's for gamers. No, because in the long run, it will damage competitiveness.
I think that's always the worry, right? If Microsoft become the only company, and then they go,
Yeah.
"Well, we've got a monopoly here. Let's charge about £100 a month."
Yeah, like, it's good. Like, take all these benefits whilst you can. But just be aware, they do come with a cost. And I worry. I am full, like, Microsoft is $1 trillion company. They can afford to bleed out $1 billion company threefold, tenfold. Like, they can just burn money if they want. It's just so that another company will burn to the ashes and then they get all the market share. And they'll have their ramifications.
Stonks.
Yes,
But
let's
that's it
move
for
on.
gaming news. So let's go on to the weird, wacky, wonderful. And we got some weird news. Some really, really weird news this week. Where a
Yeah.
version of the Lochness Monster apparently existed, but not while the humans were alive.
Yes. So basically, the debate has always been like the plesiosaurs, like a dinosaur that lived in like underwater and like one of those big like ocean creatures that was like the big benchmark for like the existence of the Loch Ness Monster, but it couldn't live in fresh water. But a species of that dinosaur has been found to be able to live in, or did live in, freshwater lakes. So that's their basis on, hey, look, it could have perhaps been the Loch Ness Monster. But the dinosaurs went extinct millions of years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true.
one could have been frozen in ice. We never know. How it would have lived for that long, who knows?
I don't think anyone...
Maybe the Ice Age. But yeah, I still think whale penis
You still think whale penis?
is what the Loch Ness Monster is.
Oh, right, that one. Yeah, I remember seeing that photo now, yeah.
Yeah. I can't unsee it, and I'm like, yeah, that makes so much sense.
Maybe it was. I mean, obviously, Loch Ness Monster wasn't this, technically, because
No.
Loch Ness Monster was spotted, allegedly.
Yeah.
Well, inflation has hit us all. And even so with McDonald's, as McDonald's hikes menu prices as burger costs go up for the first time in 14 years.
The 99p burger is no longer 99p.
How much is it now?
Like £1.20 or something?
That is outrageous.
Yeah.
How can you pay
From-
£1.20 for an awful burger?
The humble cheeseburger will go up in price from 99p to £1.19.
Oh, no.
Which...
It doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
No, the 99 cheeseburger. The £1.19 cheeseburger.
Yeah. Was it
Okay.
99 cents now or something?
I'm getting an ad for Raid Shadow Legends, and it's got a scantily clad, very realistic female character, and I'm like,
Oh, I hate those so much. They always exist. And I'm just here like, I'm not getting this game.
no. But yeah, it sucks. Like, all of the prices on McDonald's are going up.
Wait
And
to
it's-
see the energy price rise.
Wait until you see the recession hit.
Yeah, have you seen how much energy is going up in October?
No, I
It's
don't
going up
want to.
65%.
Yay! Have you seen how much money
winter.
Shell's made?
Yeah, I have, but that's not
Yeah,
it.
we'll get to it. We'll get
We'll
to
get
it.
to it. And our final news for the weird news section is there is now a rare walking shark. Apparently it exists. And it's been spotted on land, and it's blown people's minds.
Yeah, it's just
Quite
one of
literally,
those.
I mean, their heads exploded, so...
Yeah, that's one of its powers. Walking
Yeah.
on land and
King Shark
exploding.
exists.
Yeah. I have ad blocker on, and this website doesn't like me having ad blocker on, so I can't see anything for a second until I muted my ad blocker for a second. And
Well,
now I have
anyway,
all of the Kardashian news, and I don't like it. And I got a skincare thing, and I don't like it.
Oh,
And
it
it's
didn't
just-
happen. Didn't like Kim Kardashian break up with a boyfriend or something?
Oh yeah, Pete Davidson and her broke up after 9-month romance.
Oh, wait until she
And
comes
I
back.
imagine Kanye West is going to scoop back in there after his weird displays of trying to kill Pete Davidson. I guarantee you in like a couple months, Kanye and Kim Kardashian will be back because it will be headline worthy. And that will be the relationship for their relationship being back.
My ads are about Love Island.
I imagine, is Coco Lodge and Summer Botwe about Love Island? Are they Love Island?
No, that's not about Love Island. I've literally got an ad plan at the bottom left saying about Love Island something. Like Love
No,
Island.
but I don't know these people, and they're apparently avoiding each other at a festival days after a massive row. So I don't know
who they
who
are
these.
either, but
I imagine there's someone from Love Island or one of those shitty TV shows. I don't care about celebrity drama.
I don't think anyone does. Anyway, this walking shark, it's not actually that big. I think it's only about 2 feet long.
And it just has flippers, but it uses them to crawl on the water.
Yeah, it's weird
Off
though,
the,
you can
out
go
of
on land.
water. Yeah, it's cool.
Maybe nature is evolving right in front of us.
The only known shark in the world that will walk out of the water and over land.
Mad.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is very cool. So let's go on to our final section of the week, which is Tech Time and Science Shenanigans, which isn't true, but it's the final news section.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm just going to correct myself there before I become an idiot.
Well done.
And scientists admit that the space telescope image was actually a size of chorizo.
Yep. A scientist took a photo of a chorizo and said it was a new image from the James Webb. Is it James Webb?
The new one's James Webb.
Yeah, the James Webb telescope. And it was like, this is a new photo that we took from space. And it turned out that he just took a photo of a chorizo as a joke.
It does look like a chorizo, to be honest.
I thought you were going to say it looks like a planet.
I think it looks more like a chorizo slice.
Yeah, I saw as soon as I saw it, but that's probably because you knew it was a chorizo.
Yeah, but
If you'd had like someone go, yeah, no, this is a new planet that we discovered, or like a pre-existing planet, and we saw it.
I think I would have believed him if he said it was a planet, but I still would have thought it looked like a piece of chorizo.
Yeah,
Because
it does
I
have like
would-
the texture of like a planet, like a Mars
Yeah,
or
but once
something.
you
like that.
kind of know it's a chorizo, you think, how can Earth can anyone think that's a
I think
planet?
if they dropped the saturation a bit, it's very red.
Yeah, I think it's more the thing for me is like the circles. It doesn't look, it looks too perfect.
It's a bit bumpy, you never know. But yeah, it's just funny.
It's quite funny though.
Yeah, and it was a French scientist, so
Aha.
that was. Yeah.
Oui, oui.
Oh my god, I'm
Oh,
getting
why
an
did
ad for CNN Live. God
Quick,
damn it!
turn
Why
your
did I
ad
have to
blocker-
turn my?
ad blocker back on?
I want to. I really want to.
Well, let's go to some dystopian tech. And the Meta Quest 2 is getting a $100 price increase.
Yeah. 2-year-old hardware. Let's make it more expensive.
The price hike is hitting us all.
Yeah. Facebook or Meta is basically just going, well, you had until August 1st to buy it, or otherwise we're going to charge you an extra £100 for all of our headsets, making it more inaccessible for people to use our shitty social media platform that we built for it, which is
Oh,
the whole
Metaverse.
reason, the metaverse thing, making it harder for people to access that, which is their whole thing that they're pivoting towards.
I
Good
don't
one,
think it's gonna
Facebook.
work.
What, the price hike or metaverse?
Metaverse. I've been thinking about recently. I was like, that's not going to work.
Not their one.
No, I don't think any
People don't.
work.
VR chat works.
No, but I mean, like to become the mainstream social media, I don't think it would. People
No.
care too much about real life stuff.
Yeah.
Or what we perceive to be real life stuff.
But we've got a whole generation of kids growing up not caring about that because they're watching the Fortnite live events where Ariana Grande and Travis Scott do some dances in a video game.
Oh boy,
They're
that sounds so exciting.
They're watching movies with their friends on Fortnite. They're having massive orgies in VR chat where you go to a room and it's just weird furry people fucking or trying to like make moaning noises. Per one of my experiences where I accidentally someone went, oh, do you want to see something weird? And I was like, sure. And then I went to one of those worlds and I was like, okay, bye. That was fun.
Yeah.
Do you want to
And
talk about
then-
how much money companies are getting out of our own expenses?
Yeah, because Shell has profited from the energy price hike.
Price
Honestly, words are hard right now. They're really hard.
So's trying to get petrol for a reasonable price.
Yeah, those trying to get petrol at a reasonable price might want to cover their ears, as Shell smashes records again with $11.5 billion of profit.
It also broke its own record twice.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been great to invest in an energy company before the war in Ukraine.
Mm.
You make loads of money off that.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought one of the things that everyone needs to like get to places being cut off would then lead to massive corporations who own that supply making bank off of pretending that they don't have access to it.
Well, it's not about having access to it at all. It's just a global supply, isn't it? That's how price demand works. They say, oh, these people can't have access to it, so we're going to charge more even though we do have access to it.
Yeah.
That's how the market goes. But the Americans are complaining about their fuel prices. And it was like $4 a gallon.
What's that in?
It's very cheap for us.
Well, yeah, because they don't use Russian.
No, they use the
oil. No, they use the Saudi Arabian.
All the Saudi Arabians, yeah.
Yeah, they use their own or Saudi Arabia, whereas we don't use Saudi Arabia because we're like against Saudi Arabia and now we're again. Yeah, but we don't also produce as much.
We use all the North Sea.
We don't have Alaska.
No, we don't have Alaska, that's true. I mean, not that matters anyway. Old fuels are going. They are going to go eventually.
I use Costco, so I get slightly cheaper.
I use the one near my workplace because for some reason that's cheaper.
What, the Costco?
No, they're just in the area.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, how much is your Costco one, out of curiosity?
I can find out. Where's my phone? It was like 170 something.
So I think mine's cheaper than that now. Mine's 169.
Well, that was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. It makes more sense. So, 2 weeks ago, I think mine was 170.
Where is the Costco app? There. Where is...
But at least it's going down, right?
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. As you're looking at that...
162.9.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, but that was like 2 years ago's prices.
Oh, right.
That's like, oh yeah, we've just come back to like 2 years ago at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's still like 170, 180 for most other places. That's just Costco.
Well, talking about fuel coming back, let's talk about spiders coming back to life as scientists reanimate dead spiders as robot gripping claws.
Yeah, so do you know how spiders use hydraulics?
Oh, yes, they have so many hydraulics on them. It's incredible.
Yeah. Well, they use air pressure in their bone, like their body parts, because they don't have skin. Yeah. So basically, they just stuck a needle in it, and you can just push air and liquid in and make it close and open.
That is terrifying.
And because spiders can carry a lot of weight, they can carry things, and people are like speculating that they might use it for like surgeries and things like that.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
I do not like that.
Because you can get these tiny little spiders that can carry massive amounts and have good dexterity, and you don't have to build these robot arms that use the same thing. You can just use a dead spider, go and make it close, and then make it open.
Spiders are weird. Also,
imagine if you got a big tarantula. Yeah.
So it's not really dead. They just kind of freeze it.
Yeah, but imagine if they got like a big tarantula and they used it to like pick up big items. Or those big like crabs use the same thing, right?
Maybe, I'm not too sure.
If a crab uses the same system, you know those massive coconut crabs or whatever it is, the ones with the really long legs. Imagine if they did that same system. They just used a massive coconut crab.
Yeah, maybe. But that does wrap up the news story. So let's go on to recommend do, recommend don't, to talk about what you would recommend this week. I've
watched a lot of stuff. So I watched The Light of Magic, which is the Industrial Light of Magic docu-series on Disney Plus, which is 6 episodes detailing how George Lucas basically created the visual effects industry.
Right.
Very fascinating. I also watched Bullet Train, which is great. I loved it.
Maybe TV coming out for it, so
maybe if Dan enjoys it. I watched Prey, or if Dan hates it, because that would be interesting. I watched Prey. I liked that. Never watched any of the Alien or Predator movies, and this is my first introduction. Really enjoyed it. I like the main actress. She was great in Legion. I watched the Arcane Bridging the Rift first episode on YouTube. I thought it was coming out on Netflix, but apparently it's coming out on YouTube week to week. So, yeah, interesting to see the behind the scenes. Didn't realize the studio wasn't as big as it was until the Arcane was created. It was like 12 people, and then it went up to like 200. And then I finally finished Stray.
Oh, wow.
And all of the episodes are going up on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, you're finally gonna...
I have a month's worth of content coming out on my YouTube channel.
And can we expect the same high-quality thumbnails as you always put out?
No. I'm not bothering with thumbnails.
Oh, there's literally you're not going to have anything. You're just going to have...
I'm just going to have the pre-selected thumbnails from the YouTube thing.
Oh, wow. That's even worse than what you normally do. That's impressive.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anyone to watch them.
Oh, you never know. People from the podcast might watch
I do not have time to make thumbnails. So
Sure,
I'm just going to let...
That's just excuses. Oh, well, that's all I'm hearing.
Yes, that is my excuse. I don't have time. What have you watched?
No, absolutely nothing. I don't have time.
Wow. Oh, I do want to watch The Sandman, but I haven't had time to watch it yet because I had so much other stuff to watch. Like, my God, I've watched a lot of stuff. And this month alone has so much new stuff coming out. It's crazy. There's so many new things that I want to watch that are coming out.
Yeah, I don't know what I've done with my time, if I'm honest with you. I can't really tell you. I've been in the kitchen. That's what I did.
Yeah, also, plus I'm going to start streaming, so my time will also be more limited. Because I've been having fun streaming.
That's good. You have a hobby.
Well, I've had other hobbies. This is just a new hobby that's going to take up a lot of my time, because why the fuck not?
Fair enough.
It's easy content. I just sit and stream a video game. And I can just talk shit like I do on this podcast.
Only thing I've done is watch Futurama. I'm
Yes.
slowly going through all the episodes. I still haven't stomached to watch Jurassic Park.
What?
I still haven't been able to stomach watching Jurassic Park yet.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
That's the episode title?
What, the really sad one?
Well, the one where the dog dies.
Yeah, it's Jurassic Park.
Oh, I never realized. I never look at the titles for the videos.
Yeah, I know all the titles of a lot of them. I can't watch an episode. It's so sad.
Oh, I didn't. I thought, I watched that. I was like, yeah, sucks. Moved on.
You have no soul. If you don't feel any emotion during that episode, you have no soul.
I already watched it. I know what happens. The dog
but I
dies.
still have emotion. I
It's
can't
so
rewatch
sad.
it.
Also, they made the Futurama movies tie in, so he dies because the Bender shoots a rocket and crystallizes
Well,
it.
it depends how you think about it. If you think about different timelines, it means that dog still exists where he died like that, but the other dog also exists.
Yeah, and there might be a universe where the dog doesn't die, and as we find out, there's a universe where the dog has a happy life with Fry. So, hey, look, gotta think about that.
No, the episode still holds up. A lot of episodes are still quite sad.
I'm not saying it's a bad episode. It's a really good episode, but I'm just like, I watched it and I felt sad, but it doesn't prevent me from watching the episode.
Anyway, me watching Futurama has prompted me to want to discuss the new series, and there'll probably be a TBO talking about that at some point.
Yes, and when the thing comes out, we'll review it.
Yeah, probably. We'll like to milk these things.
Well, we'll come out on Disney Plus, so we'll probably definitely watch it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm excited for it now.
And then we'll definitely review it. But when is it coming out? Like next year?
February next year, I believe.
Oh, that's soon. That's when I started rewatching the entire series in 2021.
Well, they don't take long to make, really. Because they already have everything already there.
Well, yeah, they have all the assets, but they
Yeah.
need to pay their staff and voice actors.
Well, that's the only
Joe
thing,
Manganiello.
is that doesn't take a long time to do, though. A point, right? There's not a lot of the pre-development work needs to be done.
But they have to make actually entertaining episodes, which
I
they
believe
could
they're
do
bringing
if
back
they just did
all
The
the writing
Simpsons.
stuff. We're going to talk about it. We'll talk about all this stuff on the new episode of TBO.
Yes, Dan wants to leave.
Well, no, but I just might as well save it for the episode.
Well,
TBO,
yeah, we'll
because we can talk
save
about
it all for the episode. Yeah, we can talk about it for hours.
Anyway, thank you very much for listening. If you did enjoy, please leave the review and go check out TBO.
And check out my YouTube or Twitch channel.
Yes, you can see Danny's link tree down below.
Yes. And our podcast link tree below.
Correct. Well, thank you very much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Goodbye.